how to improve employee retention and engagement in the human service, healthcare, or food service industries. If you work in healthcare, in human services, or food services, and it's 2025 or 2026, then you've been most likely experiencing the rotating door. You spend all this time trying to get people into a position, they stay 1 month, 2 months, and then they leave and go down the road to the place that pays $1, $2, maybe $3 more an hour. And that organizational commitment that people used to have just doesn't seem to exist anymore. And it makes it nearly impossible to be able to keep on providing services, to provide consistent care, or to be able to, take a vacation if you're the manager. So in this video, I want to talk about a simple thing that I think it's important to understand as leaders and as organizations if we want to be able to retain people in this existing labor market. Hi, I'm Chris Littlefield. I'm the founder of a company called Beyond Thank You. I spend the majority of my time training leaders at top companies around the world in the art of recognition and engagement and how to understand what matters most to our people. So when it comes to retaining people, I think one of the first and most foundational things that we need to understand is that our employees are on a journey, and every single person, including yourself, is on a journey as well. And people are only going to stay at our organizations if they feel that working for us is helping them move towards the life that they're committed to living outside of work. Now, one mistake a lot of organizations make is that we want to create careers for people within our organizations. And the challenge is not everybody wants to work in food services and an entry-level position in healthcare or in human services. It was never their dream to do that, and we need to stop pretending that this is what people want in our fields. I was at a hotel the other day, and I was talking to the guy at the omelet station. I go, "How long have you been here for?" He's been 2 years. I said, "So what's been keeping you here?" He's like, "Well, I'm just here until I can finish the degree that I'm studying at the other school." Right? And so if you think about it, he never wanted to work in food services. It wasn't his dream to be making omelets at X hotel, but that job is the means to help him go back to school, get the degree he wants. And for his case, he was going into surg tech, surgical technician, where he could go back, make more money, and live the life that he wants. So a great way to think about it, if we're in food services and health services or in human services, is that people are coming into our organizations and their goal is not necessarily to be there for life. So we should stop trying to retain people for life within our organizations. And remember that a big portion of our people, right, are just there, and this is a stepping stone, right? This is a stone that they're stepping on right there to be able to make the money and have the flexibility to be able to go back to school, to be able to study what they want, to be able to pay their bills in the process while they build out their YouTube channel, their influencer thing, their going back to school or whatever it is. And we need to remember that if we can support them to be able to go back to school, to have the flexible schedule, to be able to do what they want, or to at least understand their goals, to be able to say, "Hey, what is it you're up to in life? I understand that this job is just a stepping stone in your life journey or in your career journey. What is it you want to make happen? What are your dreams? What do you want to get done? Because I want to be able to make sure that this job and your time here supports you to be able to do that." Well, I'm going back to school right now to be a surgical tech, and what I need is to be able to have Tuesday and Thursday off, and I need a flexible schedule so I can attend my classes. Right? That's a simple thing that we can do. Now, while people are working with us, we want to keep on asking them about that dream in the future that they care about, so we can make sure that their time with us is helping them get there. Hey, when are your exams this month? When is this going on here? Or maybe the person is just needing the health care they have at the organization, and so they're there and they just need a stable, consistent job that they can go home to because they're trying to care for their family. So understanding what matters to them to make sure that your job supports them to do that. Now, there's some people who may come in exploring this dream, and then all of a sudden they get in there and they realize, you know what, I kind of love this job. I actually like doing this. And then you may promote them to a higher position. They may be good at what they're doing, but unless we understand that, unless we're paying attention to them, we can't support them to be able to move up with our organization. Now, there's another column over there, and to be completely honest, I don't know what goes in that, because there's some people that are just not going to be a fit. They're going to come in, they're going to see it's $2 more in our organization because we upped our rates to beat Home Depot or McDonald's down the road, and they're just not going to be a fit, and we're going to get them out. But many times, that person, like the gentleman that I talked to who's going for Surge Tech, may stay with you for 1 year. They may stay with you for 2 years. You may be able to give them school benefits that help pay for their classes. You may be able to keep them for a 3rd year if they're still in school to be able to do that. And as long as your job supports them to accomplish their dreams outside of work, or at least give them the resources to keep on moving towards them, then they may stay with you a little bit longer. So if you want to engage and retain people right now, stop trying to keep them for life, for 100 years in your organization. 100 years, hope no one stays for 100 years. And instead just think about, how can we keep them for 2 years? And for many people right now, that would be a miracle in itself. So this week, one simple follow-up action, sit down with your people and say, hey, what are some of your goals? What are some of the things that you want to accomplish? Because I understand this is a stepping stone in a direction, and how can I support you to accomplish that? And the more you understand what matters to your people, the more you can support them to be able to accomplish that. I'm Chris Littlefield from Beyond Thank You, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, hit that like and subscribe. Check out some of the other ones on this channel. And if I can support you and your organization in building a culture where people don't want to run out the door, then reach out to me at beyondthankyou.com. Take care.